Lismore businesses have had the opportunity to see firsthand exactly how the latest innovations can help their bottom line.
Every time we blink, technology is changing. So much so, businesses now never need to return to the office. An Innovations Expo today showcased some of the leading technology.
Anybody in the field basically can use these type of technologies, and what it allows them to do is be more productive with their business, more efficient.
And it's not just big businesses that benefit. Small to medium North Coast businesses can receive payment for services through this simple black box known as a T-pad.
And art styles have changed, the world's changed, so we're looking at what's new basically.
The exhibition explores what has changed in our world, what is new and how we've responded to it, connecting the world, environmental and political issues. One of the biggest changes in this exhibition is the change in art format, much of it now digital or video-based. Every state in Australia has fielded a team at this year's National Schools Championships. The New South Wales team, which got together for the first time yesterday, is proving they're the ones to beat.
The team's coming together really well. You know, we've had some ups and downs, of course, but it's come together really well. We're a good bond.
With 3 games already under their belt, they're going into the 3rd day of play tomorrow undefeated, with the likelihood of a semi-final berth.
Pretty confident. We have a strong team, and if we play well, we should get there, definitely.
The little-known Battle of Tobruk has helped shape our country and the outcome of World War II.
Germans had overrun Poland in 3 weeks. They had overrun Holland overnight, France in 3 weeks, and the Australian soldiers in Tobruk were the first soldiers to defeat the German army.
This book has been written to commemorate the sacrifices our men made, and now everyone can read exactly what happened. The Rats of Tobruk Association on the Gold Coast donated 8 of these history books to the Richmond Tweed Library after they discovered our latest generation of Aussies knew little about the siege of Tobruk that lasted 250 days.
The photography was fantastic. The stories very, very well written.
That job just got a whole lot easier. This week they had a chance to drill deeper than the usual 500 metres.
What happened during a recent drilling campaign is that we drilled deeper, down to about 1,250 metres, and it would appear that we've intersected some sandstone horizons that are carrying gas.
And this is the product. They're now testing the pressure of the gas reserves, which will enable the company to estimate what its production capabilities might be, in addition to the current proven supply in the
Next week's budget. He did, however, let slip that stage 2 of the Lismore Base Hospital redevelopment could be on the cards.
Premier Maurice Yemmer is counting down the days until next week's state budget. Today in Lismore, it was nurses on the front foot. They're asking for a wage increase of 5%.
It's never been ruled out. What we've said is 2.5% plus anything on top of that needs to be paid for with offsets. And so that's what the Department of Health is doing, is going through the nurses' claim.
The nurses not convinced.
It seems to be the general figure they throw around. With inflation running at 4.2%, nurses' pay would go backwards, as all pay would go backwards with 2.5%, so I don't think the Nurses Association will find that acceptable in any way.
And they're not ruling out strike action to get what they want. The Premier in town to open stage 1 of the Lismore Base Hospital redevelopment. With work only just completed, stage 2 will be high on this year's budget wish list.
Next Tuesday's budget will have the start of the work for stage 2.
As visitors who found a hole in the defence. Casino Ford back, putting one down in the corner. The home side coming out winners, 14 points to 8.
It was tough conditions, hard night to play after a bit of rain today. But yeah, we held it together, got good possession rate in the second half, and I think that helped us us home.
Yeah, it was pretty bad loss out there. It was a bit slippery and wet out there.
She's representing Australia at the World Freestyle event in August. Her life as a former dancer behind her, this 37-year-old Queenslander putting 10 years of training to reach the highest level in the sport to make sure her touchdown is a good one every time.
I jump in little ballet shoes so I can point my toes, so yeah, that kind of puts the pressure on to do a nice light landing.
Freestyle skydiving means descending vertically at up to 300 kilometres an hour. The jump from 14,000 feet, delivering a breathtaking 360-degree view.
So it was too dangerous to send firefighters in straight away. We wanted to make sure that we knew what was happening before we tried to get inside, so quite difficult actually.
The house is believed to have been a rental, but that didn't make the heartache any easier for the family as they watched all their worldly belongings burn to the ground.
I understand there was someone home and they were treated by ambulance.
Family and friends rushed to the scene to comfort those who lived in the house. It took fire crews from Alstonville, Ballina and Gunalaba an hour and a half to bring the blaze under control. But all was not lost.
We were lucky to save one pet. Put it this way, it was alive when I handed it over, so I'm hoping it continues in that vein.
The family pet, a goldfish. At this stage, it's unclear as to how the blaze began, but fire authorities say it's not being treated as suspicious. Miranda Saunders in Alstonville, Prime News.
He got away with an amount of cash and he was last seen heading off in the direction of Walker Street Casino.
Police were called after an employee activated their silent alarm. Luckily, no one was injured during the hold-up. Detectives were called in while police scoured the area for any sign of the robber. The financial institution was closed for the day while forensic examiners did their best to find any trace of who was responsible. Start of the 13th four-day competition. All eyes firmly on the girls' favourite.
Tyler Wright in the 14 girls is a dead set favourite in that division. She's a fantastic surfer and she's just recently got second at the world titles in the under 18s at only 14 years old.
In the boys' division, last year's winner is already proving he's the one to beat.
That means early detection means better survival rates.
While it's a win for the women of the Tweed, it comes as a loss to more isolated women. The new facility spells the end for the mobile van, which historically has serviced women in rural areas. Now they'll have to travel to the major regional centres for a mammogram. Head of the Catholic Church giving a pair of rosary beads to Gary and Julie to mark the occasion.
One of his words, he said, "Oh well, the Pope had to come to me, didn't he?"
As a gift, Commander Lyons presented the Pope with an Akubra hat, but it was Gary's police hat the Pontiff was more interested in.
For me, Father.
Thank you. Can I present you, please?
Thank you. And again.
One more.
Brendan. Today marked a bittersweet end to this 50-year-old building, which has housed thousands of patients.
It was the first renal centre, maternity, mental health. I've had a long association with it, and so yeah, but it is of course for celebration. It means stage 2 is now absolutely official, underway.
But out with the old and in with the new, today marking the start of construction of stage 2 of the Lismore-based hospital's $27 million redevelopment.
It's one driver lucky to survive a single car accident near Federal. The 31-year-old female driver from Wilson's Creek appears to have lost control of her car in the wet conditions and hit a tree on the Federal Road. She was trapped for about an hour while rescue crews cut her free from the wreckage.
These 24 children are having the time of their lives, most of them taking to the water for the very first time today, now all able to sail a boat, among a long list of newfound skills.
Okay, mate?
Hop in.
That's
quite
bad.
Oh, yeah. How do you slow the boat? How do you stop the boat?
We let this go, but
Good. Teamwork, coordination, basic boating skills.